Much indeed for joining us. Let's start right there. A full meeting in Paarl, everything from steeplechase, a 20-kilometer walk, to the juniors, and kicked off with a 10,000-meter race this morning. It's good stuff seeing those kids running.
It really is, SABC, yes, and thanks for having me again. That 10,000 meter really blew me away. I mean, we all know I love my middle distances, but also really, just before halfway, he was chasing the Western Province athlete Flink, and when he eventually caught him, he just kept on going and kept on going and kept on going and kept on going. And I was like going, when is this guy going to die? When he's going to burn? And he didn't. He just kept on going away. And you know, to win by 45 seconds in an unbelievable time of 30 minutes and 32.62 seconds, I think it was, it's absolutely phenomenal, especially because he ran the last half for the last 5,000 meters on his own as a time trial. Yeah. So that's a huge talent that's just come out of the Transkei, and it was really, really good to see something like that.
Yeah. Also, double amputee in Tando Mahlangu was also out there, and under 18 800-meter heats, but unfortunately, we were speaking earlier, he didn't make the finals later this evening or a short while ago. What happened? Why did he have to pull out?
Well, he obviously won his heat quite comfortably, although he did say to me after the race, and I had to work for it. You know, he ran a 1:53, but he had run a 1:45 up in Joburg 2 weeks ago up in Pretoria. So, you know, 1:45 and a 1:53, there was something left in the tank, definitely. But because of the fact that he's a double amputee, and in a different category to what Oscar Pistorius was, and of course Oscar Pistorius went through the whole scientific proof or scientific method of proving that he doesn't get an advantage. He was able to compete in the able-bodied finals. In Tando Mahlangu, in this case, not. So potentially we can see another court case coming up here where Tando goes to CAS, the Court of Arbitration for Sport, so that he gets admitted as well. But as it stands right now, according to IAAF rules, is not allowed to compete in the final.
Yeah, pity about that. But a short while ago as well, it wrapped up. Well, day one anyway wrapped up. There were evening finals, the under 20 women 100 meters, under 20 men 100 meters. There were also a couple of 200-meter events. So how did that pan out?
Really, really good. I mean, early during the day in the semi-finals, it was absolutely perfect conditions. We were actually hoping that would have been the perfect time to have the finals because it was nice and hot, and there was a bit of a tailwind. In the evening, it was a bit of a headwind, so that did slow the times down a bit. But, you know, really good runs there. Luke Davids, the Commonwealth Youth Champion, coming here to win the title. And, yeah, he was absolutely ecstatic. It was quite funny because one of the traveling photographers, Roger Cedris, he also does work for Western Province. And I think he was more happy than Luke Davids was when Luke won. Yeah. They were both cheering incredibly loudly. But, yeah, this was a big deal for Luke. He said the time wasn't that important. He ran a 10:42. It was about the title, and that's important to him. He's got a big push for next year's World Junior Championships, so this was a big deal for him.
Yeah. Speak to us. The couple of days left, in as far as these championships are concerned, the under 18, under 20 championships. I started off by, we listened to those kids at the beginning. There's Azini, and this is a great showing for local athletics, because from here on in, these are the guys, and hopefully these are guys we'll be seeing in Japan 2020. Maybe some of them won't make it. Yes. It is early, but this is the cream of the crop of South Africa's elite athletes, the likes of Wade van Niekerk, Akani Simbini, started off exactly here, and the next 3 days expected to be the same, unearthing all their talent, isn't it?
Absolutely, and this is absolutely vital that you know, we have these age group championships. And I spoke to Alex Gosana, the president of the ASA, earlier, and he was like going, he in fact wants to bring in potentially another championships for an even younger category, 14 to 15, even 16-year-olds, just so that they get exposure and get drawn to the sport and get to learn how to compete at these things. Remember, as you said, this is where it starts when you go to World Championships. You get to learn how to deal with time pressures. You get to learn how to deal with team managers calling you into call rooms, travel away from parents, all of these kind of things. That's very, very important to the development of the athletes. The other interesting thing is that I asked Alex Gosana and also the president of Boland Athletics, Dr. Harold Adams, if they thought that maybe they should start looking at hosting national championships in 4-year cycles. Yeah. So, for example, they do the Boland Championship or the under 18 and under 20 championships in the Boland for the next 2 years running. which means the municipality can get more involved, can build up the event, and you can actually put on a really good showcase. And that's potentially what they're starting to look at. Dr. Harold Adams said to me that just because of them hosting the last two SA championships here in Paarl, their team has grown from 45 athletes to 150. So that is making a difference, and it's definitely exciting to see what's happening within the sport of athletics.
Manfred Seidler, thank you indeed for joining us from Paarl, and thank you very much for all the contributions, doing all the job there, giving us those pictures as they come in, and do keep it up. We'll definitely be speaking to you over the next couple of days to catch up on exactly all the events that are happening down in Paarl. In fact, we continue speaking athletics, and Manfred mentioned it a short while ago that he spoke to Athletics South Africa President Mr. Alex Kosana about the Junior Championships. The conversation began with the reason why these championships were returning to the city of Paarl. That's, of course, in the Boland. And this is how it went.
When we were here last year for the SA Youth and Junior, as well as the Athletics Grand Prix, we discovered that this track is very good. It's a Class 1 track, and it's well within the top range of the tracks in the world. We'll continue to come here either for the series or any other competition, because number one, the track is a Class 1, IAAF Class 1 track. The times and everything are very quick compared to other times. Moreover, it is a coastal city where you want to test your youth and junior before they go to any major competition, whether they are on top or they will be punished when we get to Cote d'Ivoire.
Is Athletics South Africa considering allocating a 4-year period for all of its national championships, which allows the municipality and the region to do a 4-year marketing plan? Is that something you guys will be thinking?
Yes, we are on that already. I know that the next one is KwaZulu-Natal, Pietermaritzburg, which also has a Class 1 track and a new stadium. We are talking to the municipality. They are prepared to have an international competition there as well as the national championships. But we also want to have an infrastructure that is going to be safest, maintained. But when it is safest and maintained, we must be able to bring more events. And we are moving to what rugby, soccer, cricket is doing. The municipality is so important because they bring some of the services that in the past we used to pay for them. So there are things here like paying for the functions, paying for the tents and all that. Municipality say we want this, they said we'll fix it. We want this. The Cape Town City also did that. We said we are not going to use this facility in 2016 if it does not have the lights. And Madam Mayor Patricia Delil said, how much is it? We said it will cost so much. He said, yes, please don't cancel the event, bring the event. And by the time we came in, the lights were up and running and all that. So it's a change of approach, talking to government, and government wants to see people. All these people are accommodated in hotels and they get some revenue from that through taxes and all that. So we must begin to do that.
The age group championships are absolutely vital for Athletics South Africa, and in particular for the sport, for development. Are you excited about what you're seeing right now?
Yes, we are very excited to see the age group championships. But I think we need to go beyond this. We need to go lower than this. And I think we need to capture some of the people, the 14 or the under 15 age group, because the youth start from 16 to 18. We need to capture them, because if you look at the international coaching models and modules, there are things that you must teach kids when they are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And at 13, 14, you must be able to introduce those fundamentals. And you can't teach them at 16, 17. So we are losing a number of people and they are taken by other people. So it is very important. And probably in a year's time or 2 years' time, we will have to bring in the 14 and 15 coming in some of the selected events so that you can be able to capture them, so that coaches can also be able to focus on them and prepare them so that they can be able to be the good youth athletes and good junior athletes.
And I suppose just following on that, you must be very excited about the fact that you've got a sponsor now for the age group championships, because that will help you with that long-term plan.
Yes, it will help us a great deal. Thanks to Twizza for coming in, and I'm sure that we'll need more other sponsors because we need to broaden the competition. The athletics, like all other sports, if you want talent, you must broaden the base, get more people, capture them when they are young, and keep them under constant training and competition so that they can be monitored and be directed and be referred to senior coaches who will take them through.
Indeed, there is the president of cricket, not Cricket South Africa, rather, it's cricket behind me. There's the president of Athletics South Africa, Alex Kusana, speaking to our media analyst there, Manfred Seidler, that of course down in Paarl. The under 18, under 20 athletics championships, indeed great opportunities for those youngsters to get their wheels in and then hopefully one day come back with gold medals for South Africa. Let's give some cricket news now. The Dolphins will meet the Titans this